Don't forget, you can come and join us here on the boat. All you have to do is subscribe. Click that button now. The police are here to take us away. Regular part of the show. You love to have regulars. We have an Olympiad, but not one. Once you've had one Olympiad, you've got to have another. To tell us all about it, please welcome Gary Anderson. Good to see you, Gary.
Hello, Andrea, how are you?
How are you?
I'm really good, really
We've had a great sporting start. We had the King and Queen arriving in a TARDIS.
Yeah, in a TARDIS, and we also have the Tunnocks tea cake.
The Tunnocks tea cake. Do you like your Tunnocks?
I love my Tunnocks.
You love Tunnocks.
But the person we got on tonight, he's the one you need to talk to Tunnocks because he's Scottish.
Oh, is he?
But what disappointed me was that I went to watch the Commonwealth Games. It's not on terrestrial TV,
right?
Which is a little bit disappointing.
What people say about that, and the basic sort of principle about the golden ones, which are supposed to be free to air.
Yeah.
And obviously the Commonwealth Games isn't. Do you think that they're really sort of sacrificing? Because it's always where do you get the money? That's the question. Because sponsors will say, give us the biggest audience ever, because that's how they get the viewership. Commercial reality is it spoils a lot of sport, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think for me, growing up with the Commonwealth Games, I like to see the home nations in action. But this week we've also seen some big names withdrawn. Katrina Johnson-Thompson withdrawing, and Dina Asher-Smith withdrawing. That's a disappointment for me, but for obvious reasons. They're injured, so they can't compete. But I'm looking forward to the rest of this week and next week and seeing what the home countries can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And the King and Queen, what I love, they still got his father's and also his mother's sense of humour.
Absolutely.
So well done. We remember the Queen parachuting with 007.
Yes.
Hilarious. Remember the Paddington Bear and the Marmalade.
Yeah.
The King's got a great sense of humour.
Oh, he has. Yeah, and you could see their interaction. And it is the friendly games. The Commonwealth Games is the friendly games, and you could see that in the reactions of them last night as the nations were parading.
And he's also a member of the Magic Circle.
He is.
We are a fellow
cups
member.
And balls.
He did the cups and balls. You can see his cups and his balls.
Yes, yeah.
In the museum. So go and have a look at those. You brought along a guest this week.
Yes,
Tell me about him.
We've got Alan Dean, and Alan is a legend within sport. He works very, very hard. I have the fortunate pleasure of working with him a lot, and we're working together on a project at the moment for the LA Games.
Okay.
And we're working on some work with baseball and softball at the moment, and Alan has so much experience. I felt that we should listen to how he deals with athletes.
Well, let's bring him on. Alan, welcome to the show.
Welcome, Alan.
Good to see you.
All right, nice to be
Thanks
here.
so much.
Thank you.
So you both work for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Is it competitive? I mean, how do you deal with that? Does he give better advice than you? You give better advice than him?
No, but complimentary.
Right. In what
Like
way?
good cop, bad cop.
Who's the good cop? Who's the bad cop?
Depends who you're talking to.
We are interchangeable, I think.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. And Alan has this. Alan keeps me grounded.
Is that right?
Yeah, he keeps me grounded.
How many years have you known each other?
4 years we work together now.
Okay.
But I've known of Alan for a long time.
So when you try, people think it's fantastic dealing with the top athletes to advise them as to how you get from a bronze medal to a gold medal.
Yeah.
What is the secret? What's the best tip you would give them?
It's not a tip, it's getting to know them. So they're not an athlete trying to get a bronze medal. They're a person who's trying to do something to the best of their ability. And you just try and work out what the issues are that may be holding them back down that little step. It may be something to do with family, it may be relationships, it may be other stuff that's going on in life. So it's getting to understand them and then being able to help them in that area the best way that you can. It might not be me, it might be signposting them to other people, but it's just helping them get the best out of themselves.
So it's working out, and this would apply to not just Olympiads, but obviously people in their personal life, is what is holding them back. So is that when you first sit down with an athlete, talk me through that conversation.
It's just having a cup of coffee, maybe just understanding, getting to know them a little bit better. It doesn't happen in one meeting. It's about building rapport and building that connection with that person. And it doesn't always happen. I'd say it happens 80, 90%.
Who hasn't it happened with?
Or I can't possibly.
That's all in the book. I mean, you can normally tell people, but you can win them round. What I find is there's a common humanity. Part of the reason you may not like them first of all might be part of the reason they're not a winner yet.
Exactly.
So so talk us through then that process. You meet them, you sit down, you try to get to know them.
Yeah.
What's your opening question?
Very good question.
Very good question. Look at me with a good question.
It depends on the scenario. If it was, like, I'll give you an example.
Yes.
I had a dressage rider who was top 10 in the world, had lots of problems physically,
Right.
but those physical problems weren't the real problem. They were a manifestation of stuff going on in her private life.
Okay.
So it was a case of sitting down, working it. And then we had the breakthrough chat and the tears came and it's like, we're not getting anywhere. Why are we not getting it? What's holding us back? And I'm quite upfront. I'll ask personal questions,
Yes.
but I'll get permission.
Right.
But it'll be, well, where are we? What's going on? What the F's happening? And yeah, usually that breaks down, and then we can start to rebuild. We could, okay, now we know. What time do we need? How much time do you need? A way to do stuff that you need to do to repair whatever you're doing.
And it's a fascinating process.
Working with people.
Oh no, but also, so how did you start then? Before you obviously don't go straight into the Olympics.
Well,
how did you start?
Well, this is a classic story. Athlete as a 400-meter runner.
You?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, surprisingly.
Best time? What was your time?
51.6.
41.6.
51.6.
It will look good in the edit.
51.6.
51. That's really good.
It's good. Not as good as him, but it was good.
I could do the 100 meters in 51.6. So it should be good.
But then I snapped my hamstring.
Oh, you snapped? Oh no.
Yeah. So when I was 19, so that was it. Game over. I was never going to.
So how did that make you feel?
Well, I went devastated. So it means you've got empathy. So I decided to go down a route where I started working in physiology,
Right.
then worked in sports therapy, started working with different types of athlete. I was coaching by this point and realized that what I could give them was my experience, but also I'm a bloody good listener. And I've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, and I tend to use them in that order. But I also kind of very good at looking at verbal cues and all that sort of side. So understanding how people communicate and getting the most out and making them feel that they're the only person I want to work with at that moment in time.
And it is right. It's like they always say about any customer, treat the customer as though they're the only person in the world. They don't care about your other customers. Maybe when they're trying to get your CV, if you like, and why they might pick you. Well, I've worked with such and such a person, but that's it. You never mention anybody else again.
No.
And in terms, though, there are common threads. You say there's normally an issue which is holding people back. It's normally very personal.
Yeah.
And we touched on this earlier in the show. There's an element of trust,
Yeah.
isn't there? And you have to build that sort of relationship where they feel comfortable enough
Yeah.
that they can go on that journey with you.
Yeah.
Have there been a lot of people who've resisted that journey?
There's been 1 or 2. That's kind of the 10% I was talking about. And sometimes they're just not open, or maybe the trauma that they've had or experiencing is just too much. And it means that they have to go and spend time doing other work, other therapy work that I'm not qualified for. You know, we're very good at signposting to people who are better than us.
Yeah.
We're just conduits.
So you say it's complementary work, and you say you ran the 400 meters faster.
Yeah, you did.
What was your time?
Yeah, I'm not going to say what my time.
What was his time?
Quicker than mine.
Well, what was it? How much quicker?
Well, it was at least 1.5 seconds quicker.
1.5 seconds. That's a mile.
It's a big distance.
Is that right?
Yeah, we never raced each other
No,
though.
no.
Well, but you raced against the clock.
Yeah. I'm a little bit quicker.
So you talk about complementary skills.
Yeah.
To what extent do you do something which is different to him?
I think for me, what I see in Alan is he's a really good listener. And we're in meetings, and Alan doesn't say much. But at the end of the meeting, when we debrief, he recites everything that's been said at the meeting. And he's already formulated a plan of intervention of how we can work with those athletes.
Okay.
Right? And that's his analytical brain is so strong. Whereas I'm a bit like a bullet in a china shop. Let's go and do it. Let's get this person and get this person. Alan will say, okay, that's fine. It's a good idea, but let's consider this bit. And we make that plan. And Alan was right. It doesn't always work.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't always work, but we give it the best opportunity.
Sure. And obviously you've both been in the job for a while.
Yeah.
So clearly you're getting results.
Yeah.
That skill set can apply, as you say, for people in normal life. It's interesting talking about the athletes. People watching now.
Yeah.
What's the top 3 tips, maybe from each of you, that you would give for them to improve their lives?
Find somebody you trust that you can talk to.
Get good, honest feedback from someone. Yeah.
Okay.
But don't personalise that feedback. But take that feedback for what it is and value it, and then learn how to act on it. But yeah, you mustn't personalise it. Alan and I debrief a lot, and we're quite open with each other. But we don't personalise that feedback. Just because I've said something to Alan doesn't mean I don't love him. I do.
Do you love him?
Yeah, of course.
Do you love him because he's a bit faster than you? It's only 1.5 seconds. It's going to be good.
Yeah, but that's the streamline.
Oh, is that right?
We're going to talk about hair a bit later.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Is that right?
But I think for me, knowing that I can go to Alan openly and say something and it not be taken in the wrong way gives me that trust and confidence that we can probably solve more problems by being like that.
Right. And they always say, because obviously you're taking the world's problems onto your own shoulders.
Yeah.
Who gives therapy to the therapists?
My therapist.
You have a therapist? Okay, and you have a therapist?
Absolutely, yeah.
And so how often would you unpack to them?
Every week.
Okay.
I'm a bit more than that at the moment. It's a couple of times a week, and I'm someone that's quite famous in the world of chimp management. You probably heard
Chimp
of
management.
Chimp management.
Okay.
Work with them, who often says to me, "Why are you acting in that way? Because you shouldn't." I undertake reflective practice every single day. So I'll get home from here, and I'll write down everything I did on the Andrew Eborn show. And how can I be better next week?
Impossible to be better.
Oh, it's yeah.
What did you write down last week?
Get a better guest on, and we've got
But there you go. So that worked out. What a great comment. I love that. I love it. It's brilliant. Fantastic. If we want to find out more, we will. We should get you regularly, because what I love is you're taking skill sets from one profession. You talk about Olympiads. Most people are out of reach. They do that sort of stuff. But it's applying to everyday life. Yeah. If people want to find out more, how can they find out more about the both of you?
One thing I say about whether you're an Olympian or whether you are someone that's undertaken your first 5K race,
okay,
Alan deals with them exactly the same way.
Right.
He treats them exactly the same way, because that person that's running that 5K, that's their gold medal, and Alan values that.
Okay.
And that's how he does it. But you as well as working with me, you've got your own company.
So tell us about that. How do we find out about it?
A company called Smarter Performance.
Smarter Performance. Okay.
Yeah.
And what sort of people do you take on?
Everybody.
Everybody. So the people at home, you take me on.
Yeah.
We should do that, actually. We could film a session. Would you do that?
I would happily.
Should we do that? We'll film a session. We'll lie me down on the couch. It'd be a long couch because I'm quite tall. But that would be good. Should we do that?
Okay.
Because people then understand the process. We'll do that next time.
Okay.
For now, you're going to show us a bit of magic later?
I'll do a bit of magic later, yeah.
We're going to do a little bit of magic. But for now, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
Very
Thank
good. Brilliant stuff. We'll be back in a few minutes with Bubba and another surprise guest. Do not touch that dial.